And when you go to some legends and you have the history of the Anunnakis, and some persons see that history literally, you have this history of this advanced race from outer space, from a planet, a Nibiru planet, that came to Earth, that create mankind as slaves to mint gold from mining, from mines. They needed that gold to save their planet. That's the literal story based on the legends from the Sumerian people. And it brings us a problem. We can ask ourselves, but why a very advanced civilization with very advanced technology, why do they need to create a race of slaves to mint gold in mines? Don't they have enough technology to do this by itself with machinery? Why do they need people to do that? If we today can send robots to the mines and mint the things that we need without the presence of men, and they are more advanced than us, why do they need slaves to mint gold in mines? Don't make any sense, being them so advanced technologically speaking. But if we look to this history, to this story, as we should look, as a metaphor, as an allegory, then things start to make sense. That this god, in this case was the Anu, is searching for gold. He needs this gold. It's not physical gold. He's searching for this spiritual gold. He, as God that created the universe, is searching for this spiritual gold that he does not have in himself. It does not exist in heaven, but also it does not exist in earth, in the universe that he has created. But by creating mankind, this gold can be produced here, inside our hearts. So, if you see the story allegorically, things make sense. God really needs to create mankind, not as a slave raised to mint gold in mines, but as the receptacle where this spiritual gold can be generated. That can only happen here. So we have the creation of mankind. We have the story of Adam and Eve. Again, we should not look to that story literally, but allegorically. Adam and Eve, it's not a man and a woman. Adam and Eve is the representation of the first physical race on the planet that we call the Lemurian race. Hundreds of millions of years ago. We have the Lemurian race had three different cycles. Usually when we talk about Lemuria, Atlantis, and then Lemuria before Atlantis, we are referring to the third cycle of Lemuria. It's much closer to our times. But the first cycle of Lemuria, 200 to 300 million years ago, was the original Eden. In the time where all the continents were together in a single one, the Pangaea continent. And this race was created in the south of that continent, that today is Antarctica. So beneath the ice in Antarctica is the remains of the first civilization in this planet. A civilization that was created to produce this spiritual gold. But if this civilization was made to the likeness and the image of God, then they also miss that spiritual gold that God is searching for. So humanity in Eden is useless. There is no meaning for humanity to be in Eden. And so the fall of man was not a mistake. The fall of man was the necessary step to make that mankind could evolve by itself. And through this evolution, to generate that spiritual gold. We needed a mankind with free will to experiment life by itself. And you needed mankind and man with an ego that is the vessel for that alchemically process to happen. So the evolution of man is basically the evolution of this ego that go incarnation after incarnation to transform itself from this rough stone into a chalice.